Keshi, congrats on the 3 points and of course the goal as well. A strike worthy of winning any game. Can you talk us through it?
Yeah, so Mark went to whip one in, got blocked, dropped to Taylor. I'll give a big shout. He said he heard me, but I'm not sure. He's headed it on, and then I've wanted to hit it like first time, but it was a bit too high for me, so I've had to chest it, and as it's dropping, just caught it really sweet, and luckily it's flew in just on the underside of the crossbar.
Where would you say that one ranks in your all-time best goals in your career?
Yeah, top three. We'll put it in the top three.
To come to a tough place like this against, a really in-form Huddersfield side and get yet another win away from home, what does that say about the mentality of this team?
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure it's 16 games or so that they were unbeaten, and I think ours was 15. So it's nice to obviously beat them and keep our run going. So.
You mentioned the unbeaten run. There's also a 7th clean sheet in just 9 league games as well. How has that defensive effort helped build this run?
Yeah, it's massive, of course. Especially from the last 2 games, as you can see, we were quite dominant for the first 70 minutes in both games, this one and the Wrexham one. And for the last 20 minutes, they had their spell where they were on top, and we, as a team, as a unit, are very, very solid. It's not just the back line, as amazing as they have been, and the work that they do in heading and clearing and doing the dirty side of it, but as well as Rocky being commanding and dominating his area, it's also the work that obviously the midfielders are doing to get around and make sure that the crosses ain't as good that are coming in, and the wingers tracking back, and obviously also the work from the strikers as well, because as a whole round performance you can see the energy that we put out there, and in terms of pressing and closing things down.
You start the game really well, like you say, have a couple of big opportunities in that first half. Did you then go into the break with the confidence you could go on and win the game?
Yeah, of course. We're confident when we go into every game. As a team, you want that. Obviously, with the kind of form that we've been on, it's not an expectancy. It's a we need to go out there and demand the right to play and perform the way we do. So, yeah.
The goal then, of course, settles the game a little bit from your perspective. Did you feel like you always kept a level of control in the game? Yeah,
of course. Like I said, the first 70 minutes or so, we were quite dominant. They didn't really create much. They had a few moments where they were trying to get in behind, but nothing too intense. I forgot the word. But yeah, obviously last 20 minutes they had their spell, and they tried, they huffed, they puffed, but the boys kept them up.
I'm sure you would have liked to have played the full 90 minutes, but how important was it to get another hour under your belt, just coming back from injury?
Yeah, of course. Obviously I missed six games or so, obviously it was good to get 30 minutes on Thursday in a very tough game, and I think that set me up nicely to obviously come back in. The first half was obviously very different to the 20 odd minutes that I played in the second half today. First half was very back and forth in terms of like the job that I was doing to help obviously the team, but second half it was a little bit more controlled in that sense, so I didn't feel too bad.
You touched on it briefly a moment ago, but what kind of effort does it take from the lads to ensure that you come away with the win, especially with all that added time?
Yeah, it takes a lot. Obviously, mentally, you got to stay focused. Them last minutes of the game are some of the most important. A lot of goals are scored then, and it's credit to the lads. Like the lads, they obviously come on the pitch as well to be so focused and so in sync with the rest of the team and the plan, and just keeping the other opposition out. With, like I said, they had their little spell where they and on another day they might have nicked something, but credit to the boys.
How nice on a personal level was it as well to have those moments with the fans behind the goal, singing your name and being loud throughout?
No, it's an incredible feeling. Fans are obviously what make a club, so yeah, thank you to them.
Just finally, more huge games coming up a lot in the next few weeks or so, starting this Saturday with Rotherham. Does full focus now have to switch for that?
Yeah, of course. All the boys are the same. The manager, everyone around the club. So once this game's done, we move on to the next, and we'll debrief tomorrow or Thursday or so over this, and then it's on to Rotherham, and we'll start planning ahead for that.
Thank you very much. Well played.